Hey y'all, if you are new here, my name is Brianna. I am a almost fourth year, third grade teacher in North Carolina. And if you have never been here before, or if you haven't done so already, please hit that red subscribe button and become a part of my teaching life journey. The summer's the best part. Hey guys, if this thing worked while I drove, life would be so much better, but it doesn't stick to the dashboard, of course. Besides the point, it's Saturday and next week is my last week of school, and I have not been staying in my classroom and organizing and cleaning like I normally do. So I thought I would head there and kind of get my thoughts together for this week and get some like lists and ideas going of like what exactly I need to do. That way my mind is wrapped around it and I have a plan. And I thought I would take you all with me because it has been a while since I filmed in my classroom and actually a lot has changed. We need to take things off the wall for our end of year state testing, and we've had a lot of indoor recess because of heat advisories, and my kids are obsessed with helping me clean. So let's head there so I can show you all of the changes. So this is what we are working with. Let me show you the changes. First of all, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I posted about this. I got this from another teacher who got it from the library, and it's a magazine holder. I think I want to make it like at least one side of it for their writing notebooks. That way they're always out and separated and I can check it whenever. So I have to see if a regular notebook will fit in there. The boards are pretty blank. I left this up. My kids have been asking me if they could take it down, but I left it up because I wanted to show you guys. But they did take down the tape and everything that was on this board. This was my homework and calendar, which I'm not going to take up space for a homework board next year. They took down the jobs. We took home their name tags, and then kids have been cleaning these out with wipes probably every day because they always ask me for a job. So I bought those pencil boxes this year and I'm gonna use them again next year as of right now. They've brought home their other workbooks that we used throughout the year. They emptied their book bins, so now most of them just have their headphones in there. They decided to arrange the desks in a giant square. But all the posters had to be taken down. So we're looking pretty blank. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. So that child put his desk there, like I did not. Bingo boards and the quote are gone. Voice levels are still there, but the alphabet is gone as well, and all the posters, everything from over here, and then over here as well. So yeah, we are looking pretty bare. Of course, if you haven't seen my classroom tour, you should probably go watch that because this might not actually look pretty bare to you. But even my intern, she was helping me a lot, and like she always does, and she was saying like, oh my goodness, I never realized how much work, first of all, goes into putting up a classroom, and second of all, like how bare it is without everything. So yeah, it's definitely different, but it's helping me plan for next year and think about like the clean look as well, because I definitely went overboard this year, at least I think. So right now I'm going to basically make a list of things my kids can help me with, a list of things I need to get done before summer because I can't come back into my classroom over summer after our work days, and I guess maybe a list of things I want to bring home, because all of these resources I'm actually planning on bringing home this summer. I know that's crazy, and I mean, I even think that's crazy, but I feel like I didn't have time to open a book that we weren't used to using this year, so I just want to like expose myself to what is actually in there. That way I know what I could be looking for when I'm planning next year. We also might be changing how we plan next year, and instead of doing like team planning, kind of just plan on our own. We have used Plan Book, so all our plans from previous years are in there. So if we need something, we can go back to it. Or if we need help, we have team members that we can go to and like ask, but we're just trying to figure out how best to do that. And I'm kind of excited for that because my first 2 years I pretty much planned on my own, and I felt in control of my classroom. And this year I felt like I've had to teach the lessons that we planned as a grade level, and then I came to the realization that everybody kind of does their own thing anyway. They take the plan and then they use it their own way, which I mean, I kind of knew from the beginning, but I don't know, maybe I got nervous. I don't know. So also with reading, like this was my first year teaching reading, and now that I fully understand what in the world I'm teaching, I know how to better go about that next year. So I just want to have all my resources at home, so in case I get the urge to like think about lessons or whatever, I have my resources, because I'm not going to be able to come back to school to get them. The other thing that I did not show you was my desk. I've had a student emptying out those rainbow drawers over there. I'm trying to get reorganized before I figure out what I'm going to do with them next year. I collected all the fraction towers from their drawers, and actually I think I'm going to go with, I also put a poll up about this on my Instagram, I'm going to get the black drawers for next year because these just get so scratched up and so dirty. I know it'll happen the same way to the black, but I feel like you won't see it as much. But I'm going to get the 5 drawers. So it'll be the 3 large ones on the bottom and then the 2 skinny ones on the top. It will only go above their desks a little bit, but I like the idea of still having the 3 big drawers, whereas the one with the 1 skinny drawer on top, which would fit better, doesn't have the 3 on the bottom. Or I don't know, the design is different, but the bottom drawers for their Chromebooks, the middle drawers for their manipulative, the top drawers for the whiteboards, and it has just worked so well. So I want to still have access to that, but I do want to add the top 2 drawers for centers, which I've talked a little bit about. The rest of the stuff is over here. Everything that has come off the walls is over here, and I told the girls to be very careful with these letters. For the most part, they were. I don't know if I'm gonna keep them though. This was my quote about everyone has a favorite book that was right there. So I loved that quote. But I have to go back into my cabinet and figure out where I'm storing all this stuff. I do have, actually, if this is an empty one, I'm gonna love life. Yes. Okay, so the things that like go around my room actually go in both of these 2 drawers. This one's just a jumbled mess, so I'll use this one for like labels and stuff from around my room. And then these are all my math centers, which the things that I'm pulling out of the colorful drawers over there are gonna go in here. And I'm going to take all of these home as well, including my task cards. That way I can see what I have and see what I actually have to prep for next school year. And then obviously this will be a project one day, organizing this mess, which isn't even really a mess. All right, so I kind of wrote down everything that was in my head, and now I'm organizing it into things the kids can do for me, since they always ask, and then things that I have to do myself, things I need to take home. Notice my list is so much smaller than theirs, but whatever they don't get done, I will have to finish. What I wrote down is that I want them to put the decor that's in piles on that table in one of those scrapbook cases. The centers that are right here under these, I want to be organized into the scrapbook cases. I want them to continue organizing the rainbow drawers. I have different game pieces and dice and things like that. They love scanning the library, which actually I didn't even mention earlier, and I'll show you what I mean by that. When we are done scanning the books, I'm going to have them store them in their own cubbies over here. Eventually I'm going to stop making them bring in their backpacks. And so all of this becomes storage for me over the summer, which is fantastic. And then they can also organize the lower shelves and things of the cabinets as well. Like the lower part of this cabinet here is their games. So they enjoy doing that. As for me and my intern, I actually might put her to work on Monday. She's going to be here all day. It'll be her last day. And I really want one of the portfolio passages binders. We have 2 for the grade level. These are just different resources that we use. There's a passage for every standard and the answer keys, and 2 teachers have binders made for themselves, and I would really like one. That way I don't constantly have to go to them for it. And then we also have just master copies from iReady that we've printed off that need to be put in binders as well. So those are things I don't want the kids to do, because obviously they can't make copies and it's just a lot of work. Then I started listing things that I will need to take home. I did bring my cart today, the black one. The red one is my school's. So I think I'm going to pick and choose some books to bring home today so I can get that started and not have to bring so much later on. I don't know why I have this. Oh, this is our new cursive book. That would be why I have that. So other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't know why I thought I had so much more to do. So let me tell you about the app my student is using to scan books. Okay. So here's the plan. I want to know what my kids are reading, and I want to know that they are reading different books all year. Some of them have books in their book boxes, or had books in their book boxes from the first time they went book shopping, and that's awful. And I know with so much going on, it's hard to keep up with. So there's apps now that if you scan in your whole library, the students can scan them out just like the library in your school. That way I can know who has what book, and then there's this cool part where the kids can rate them and recommend them as well when they return them. They can favorite different books and put little reviews. So I think it's going to be really neat and really fun next year. All I did, because I know there was one, it might be BookSource, but that totally might be the Scholastic thing where you scan the book to find what genre it is. I may be way off. So the app is called BookBuddy, and it's a free one. I think there's a paid version, but we don't need that. I haven't played around with it much. So far there's 32 books scanned in here, and what the student, one of my previous 4th graders, so she's a 5th grader, she was helping me out. What she was doing was putting them in the genre that they are in, what book bin they're in the library. So as you can see, there's a section for all the books, the ones that are loaned out, reading status, favorites, tags, a bunch of different stuff. So I really need to play around with this because I don't know much. But the books that are older and did not come up just by scanning the barcode, or didn't have a barcode at all, she simply just typed in the title and took a picture of the cover to get it on there, or searched on Google for the cover. So it's been really awesome because obviously that's something really tedious and children actually love that. So that's basically how I'm getting ready for the end of the school year right now. For once, actually not really for once, but I'm not moving out of my classroom as of right now. The plan is to stay here. I don't know if that's something that could randomly change, but my plans right now are to stay the same, and I'm really excited about that. Looking forward to teaching the same curriculum 2 years in a row. And I gotta like clean stuff out. When I organize my cabinets, I want to like really minimize what I have, get rid of things that I know I'm not going to use, or put it in a place that I know I'm going to use it. So obviously I will be filming that whole process because I know that the YouTube world loves that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said earlier, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, because, you know, when I disappear for weeks at a time, you can always find me on there. And I will see you all in my next one. Thank you so much for watching.